Welcome back, my friends. So, we're going to switch gears a little bit, but understand that although we are switching gears, it is still the same vehicle. And so, in the pursuit of holistic wellness, the whole deal, we have just finished our series on consciousness, unlocking the subconscious, that had to do primarily with the mind. A little bit of spirit, a little bit of body, but primarily the mind. Now, we're going to switch gears to primarily the body, although still very much so the mind and the spirit. So now I'll be putting out a series of videos that focuses primarily on nutrition, and in particular, juicing and smoothies, whole food juicing. I'm not sure yet how many videos are going to be in this new series, but by the end of it, you will be armed with a small arsenal of juices and smoothies that you can go to in your new life of health, wellness, healing, prosperity, positivity, all of these things, all the things we're doing. It all goes hand in hand. It's not separate. If you wish to be mentally and spiritually well, the body must also be well. And for that to happen, you must put in the cleanest fuel that is filled with the most life force. Yes, and that's what we'll be doing. All the nutrition-based things on this channel have to do primarily with the life force and getting it in us so that we can then consume the life force. We will then be and feel more alive. It works like this. So I believe I'm going to organize it in a way that this first video will explain really the fundamentals. What is the difference between juicing and a smoothie, and when you need to use both, each one in your life, the particular strength and weakness of each. But then I'm going to release a series of videos organized in a way that it will be like 3 juices for detoxification, 3 juices for clearing the complexion, 3 juices for abounding energy, something like this, okay? It's going to be organized in a way that I think will be very useful. So here we go with video 1 in the new series. Just sit back and absorb this outpouring of knowledge that it has taken me a lifetime to understand and to gather. Some of the videos may seem a bit long, but if you want the knowledge, here it is. Here's the rattlesnake pole beans that I planted. They're growing huge. See, pretty much every day I just pick them and eat them raw. You see? It's all coming along real well. What's up, my friends? Today, you are going to learn the difference between a juice and a smoothie. And you are going to learn the particular strength and weakness of each one, and then how to use the particular strength of each one in your life. Because in a lifestyle that promotes health and wellness and positivity and happiness and strength, both should be included as part of it. So, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, like the video, leave me some comments, questions, feedback. All these videos are coming from questions, really, from you guys. So, let me know what you think, and let's get down to it. So here we are. Before we head out into the garden, I want to explain the difference between a juice and a smoothie. Let's start with the juice. The juicer is a machine that you put the produce in here and out comes 2 different products. You see, you have the juice gets put into the one receptacle and the fiber, the pulp, gets put into the other receptacle, so that you have the juice separated from the fiber, from the plant material. And it is this one with the juice that we consume when we make a juice. The pulp gets discarded or reused in some way. If you're clever, you reuse it, for sure. Compost, feed it to the chickens, mix it with egg and make veggie burgers, something like that. And what we are left with is the vitamin, mineral, and enzyme-rich nectar, the essence of the plant. And that's what we consume. In a smoothie, on the other hand, you put the entire thing into the blender. It's just a blend, it's a blendy. We'll call it a blendy, okay? You put the whole thing in there and you just blend it up, okay? So that gives you all of it. It gives you the whole thing. It's just like chewing it and eating it, all right? Okay, and to show you visually the difference and explain the benefits, I'm going to actually use both. We're gonna make a juice, then we're gonna make a smoothie. But first I better manifest some produce. Ready? This is how I do it, ready? Okay, and we are back from the garden with our produce. Now, if you're observant, which I'm sure you are because you watch these videos and you've subscribed to the channel, then you will have noticed that the biggest difference is in the quantity of what you see in front of me. And that's going to bring me to the number one difference, the strength and weakness, if you want to call it that. The juicing consumes way more produce than smoothies. Way more. Alright? So I want you guys to think about it like this. A juice is like a multivitamin, multi-mineral, multi-enzyme supplement almost. It's very concentrated. A smoothie is more like a meal replacement. Okay, so make that distinction in your mind, and I'm going to explain why that's the case. Now, the juice, what it does, as we saw, it extracts, it separates the liquid from the solid, the pulp, the fiber. Alright? Now, when it kicks out the liquid contains within it almost all of the vitamins, minerals, and the living enzymes that exist in the fresh produce. And so we then consume that liquid. What we are left with is the pulp. And some people will tell you that all that there is in this one is fiber. It's just the fiber, that's all you're taking away, which in one way is true, but I believe that there's much more than just the fiber. I believe there's the little things that you can't measure with the instruments and all of that. You need both, okay? But remember, a juice is like a multivitamin, multi-mineral, multi-enzyme supplement, all right? And it is because it uses such a massive amount of produce that it's so power-packed and so concentrated and so beneficial for us. Because by removing the fiber and leaving just the juice, it is way easier to consume. I mean, think of it. When in your whole life, okay, would you consume this amount of raw Swiss chard and raw albino beet and beet greens? When in your whole life would you just sit there and never, okay? I don't care who you are, unless you're a horse. You wouldn't be eating that much raw stuff, okay? Because even when you cook this, even the Swiss chard, I cook it all the time, it's delicious cooked, but you're still, the living enzymes get killed in the cooking process, and many of the vitamins and minerals. So, although cooking is wonderful and necessary, I'm not a raw foodist, but sometimes I like to have a strong hit of the enzymes. Well, let's call it a multivitamin mineral enzyme, VME, okay? Multivitamin mineral and enzyme, okay? I just made that up. So you're getting your VMEs here. And because there's no fiber to slow down the digestion and absorption process of these vitamins and minerals, it's going straight into the system. I mean, it is like a main line to VMEs, okay? Vitamin mineral enzymes. So anytime that you're feeling an imbalance or maybe a deficiency of some kind of vitamin or mineral, or if your diet has been poor, then you want to hit up the juice, okay? Because it's going to quickly flood the system with all kinds of glorious nutrients as well as life force. And it's the life force that you're going to feel the most when you drink this, okay? The fresher the better. Now on the other hand, we have the smoothie, or the blendy, whatever you want to call it, using a blender, okay? It's also called, and I call it whole food juicing, right? Because as the name implies, it doesn't separate anything from anything. You put the whole leaf, you put the whole deal into the smoothie, all right? And for that reason, you're not able to use nearly as much produce. This tiny, look at all this for the juice. this tiny little thing is all we're gonna use for the smoothie, okay? But we're getting all of it. We're getting the vitamins, minerals, enzymes, as well as the fiber, as well as all the other stuff that we don't have instruments to measure and all of that, okay? So this is why I say use the smoothie as a more of a meal replacement. You will feel full for a lot longer because the fiber's in there. The fiber is also going to slow down the absorption of the sugars as well as the vitamins and minerals, all right? Now, because the smoothie has all of the fiber with it, that is going to slow down, like I said, the absorption of the sugars. That is why I always recommend a smoothie. You use fruit in the smoothie, okay? You use leafy greens in the juice, because I guarantee you're not eating this many leafy greens, okay? But you can juice them and get the essence of them. But the fruit, if we start juicing fruit, we're going to get a huge cup of sugar. I mean, yes, it is fruit sugar. Yes, it's got enzymes in it. It's still great if you like to do that. But I see it a lot where people get into issues because they're just juicing, 4 different kinds of fruit, and they've got this massive cup full of just pure concentrated sugar. All right, so that's gonna do what sugar will do, and that's gonna spike the insulin and all of these things. Okay, which sometimes is okay. But just trust me on this, all right? I've been doing this half my life, that we want to consume the fruit in the smoothie because it's the fiber that's going to help slow down the absorption and the blood sugar spikes and all of that, all right? Now this leads me to another benefit of the blender. You see here, we have ingredients we can put into the smoothie that are totally unjuiceable. The banana is not juiceable. I've tried, it's a mess. The dates you cannot juice them. Walnuts, you cannot juice, okay? So the smoothie is going to allow us to consume these things, and it's gonna make us feel real full for a long time, okay? So that's why I say that think of smoothies as a meal replacement and the juice as a multivitamin mineral enzyme. I'll have more videos in the future about all different kinds of smoothies that include things like raw nuts, dried fruits, oats, all kinds of things, okay? Now let's get down to the business. Okay guys, check it out. Here's how you juice a beet. You just cut the greens off. You see, whoops, I just picked this from the garden. It's a monster, all right? So we just cut the greens off like that, and we juice the greens, okay? Do not throw these out. Massively nutritious. Guys, this is one of my first times having this kind of, it's an albino beet. It tastes like sugar. I mean, seriously, it tastes like it has been dipped in sugar. Oh my God. And guys, I don't care what you say. No matter how hardcore you are, you're not eating that much of this just raw Swiss chard. I mean, it's good. It's much better cooked. It's way better juice like this, okay? Okay guys, check out what we are left with. You see on this side we have the extracted vitamin mineral enzyme solution, and on this side we have the plant matter, the pulp, which is much more than just fiber. Yes, I will say that. But if we had to consume this, we would be full almost instantly, and we just wouldn't. We wouldn't consume that much. So this is the only way we're going to get this level, this quantity of vitamins, minerals, and enzymes, VMEs, is by separating it from this, okay? Now, this kind of blender or this kind of juicer is a masticating one. It's a very, very good. So this is like almost bone dry. I mean, this stuff, you couldn't wring anything out of this. So it's a pretty good one. Now, we want to consume this soon. Okay guys, here we go. We got our vitamin mineral enzyme solution here, yeah? We're just gonna pour it gingerly. Gingerly. And man, look at the color on this. Oh, I just dripped it all over the place, but oh well. Look at the color on this. Oh my goodness. You see? That is an unbelievable amount of life force. The enzymes, oh my God. I could just talk all day about the incredible health benefits of this right here. But I'm not going to, all right? Just trust me. It is so abounding with life that I can barely hold on to it. I mean, it's got so much life force, it just wants to jump out of my hand and go and do something living, you know? Oh my God. Okay. Yes, enzymes, vitamins, minerals. My body is screaming for this right now. Literally, it's going, yes, because it knows what's coming. But real quick, let us make the smoothie now. Okay guys, so making that there juice took about 15-20 minutes, including cleaning the juicer. But now I want to show you how fast, easy, convenient, and nourishing the smoothies are, okay? So we're going to take our material, 2 leaves of the Swiss chard. We put them in whole, okay? 1 sprig of the mint, which is fantastic for digestion, and it helps to cool things because it's like 87 degrees inside the house. It's like 100 degrees out, but it's 87 inside right now. So the mint's gonna help cool, and so is the melon and the banana, which we cannot juice, but we can blend it. A little bit of the ginger, and totally unjuiceable items like dates and walnuts. We are gonna get the nourishment from that. So then we put in, the standard is usually 2 cups, about 2 cups of water. Okay, we add the water, lid on, and blend. And we're done. Now that took about 30 seconds. Oh yes, I can smell that mint. Such a different texture to it. There we go, huh? I've done this before, haven't I? Haven't I? Exactly perfect. Now, let's check it out, my friends. Okay, my friends, here we are, the finished products. All that produce you saw on this side went to make this 1 glass full of this beautiful life-giving nectar. That little amount that you saw there is what made this smoothie, okay? Now briefly, let's talk about the differences. Well, for one, the color, okay? This one is vibrantly dark green. I mean, it is the color of life. When you look at a jungle, it is deeply this color. Now we want to consume that. The chlorophyll, the life force, the vitamins, minerals, enzymes, things you cannot find anywhere else. Raw, preserved, perfectly intact. This is like, it's seriously good. Every cell in the body wants what this has to offer. Now the same is true with this, okay? But this is more nutrition as well, or more, we're actually getting proteins, fats, and carbs with this because we got walnuts, dates, banana. So here's the meal replacement, okay? Still giving you a bunch of the micronutrients, but also the macros, the proteins, fats, carbs. This is giving you no protein, fat, carbs, okay? Or trace amounts. Now, taste test. That's delicious. Oh my gosh, the banana, always use banana and dates and walnuts as a base. That's what I do, because it just makes it creamy and the right thickness. Now this if you have to go to work, you make yourself a smoothie. Or if you have to do something where you're not gonna, if you want like a meal replacement on the quick, make yourself a smoothie, okay? You're still getting tons of nourishment and the fiber is gonna clean out the insides. But now, if you want to flood your system with the goodness nature has to offer, make yourself a juice. Yeah, now, brings me to another point. It's important, let's not get hung up on the taste, okay? Especially of the juices. They can be very powerful, especially to the uninitiated in the ways of the juice. So I'm saying many people will taste it and, I don't like the taste. And so that will put them off of juicing. And that should not put you off juicing. Learn to recondition your taste buds, okay? Free your taste buds. The reason you don't think this tastes good in some way is because your taste buds have been enslaved, my friends. So free them and recondition them to see that this may taste bitter, it may taste something like this, but it's goodness. It is the nutrition and the life force that you're getting. So the taste is irrelevant. You will learn to crave even this kind of taste, which is very earthy, we'll say, okay? So there you have it, my friends, the difference between a juice and a smoothie. The smoothie is the meal replacement with the micronutrients and the macronutrients, protein, fats, carbs. The juice is a straight up, power-packed multivitamin, mineral, and enzyme supplement, all right? Both should be included in your life for abounding health.